Welcome back to the show. We are Green Room Radio, the #1 radio show in Las Vegas. Could you please turn my mic down, sir, just a little bit? I got Mr. Full-Time CEO. Mr.
Please
Will.
make sure you emphasize that.
Will Roundtree. We got my partner in crime, Miss Little Rach.
What's going on, guys? What's up? What's up?
And a flashback from 2 years ago. We got the man, the legend, Mr. Shane Sparks.
Yes.
What's up, True?
Welcome back.
Man, what you been doing, brother?
This past 2 years since I seen y'all, so much has changed in my life. It's like, I don't want to go too personal, but I'll keep it more business. But business-wise, it's been kind of crazy because everybody out here in Vegas is a liar.
Oh, you just know how long?
It took me 2 years now.
I was gonna say, how long did it take you to figure?
A lot of fakes, a lot of people. It's like a pump fake type situation.
Well, to that point, it's not just in Vegas, Shane.
100%.
This is everywhere.
100%.
In the business world, everybody is a liar.
Yeah,
it's just about. So I think it's.
Are you Will in the business world?
Have I lied to you yet, True?
No. Okay. But that's just me.
Thank you.
I think you've lied to Little Rach, maybe.
Maybe the time I was coming to the studio.
Hey, so let's go back a little bit, Shane, just from the start, and we'll move forward. So for people that are tuning in now, you were on So You Think You Can Dance?
Yeah, I was Cincinnati, Ohio to Los Angeles to Las Vegas. But when I was in LA, I went from a guy who was auditioning for like a couple things. A guy who taught classes blew up, got Chris Stokes behind me. He saw some of the stuff I was doing, told me to go to an audition. I actually danced for Brandy. I was one of Brandy's first choreographers. Brandy, I Want to Be Down.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this stuff because a lot of people still don't understand like my career from back in the day. But I was in I Want to Be Down, boom, 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 doing all that crazy stuff. Me and my boy Jermaine.
Oh, wow.
And Ray J was in the video, sitting on the car, little boy, you know what I mean? And so he basically...
Was Ray J, was he a lot younger than Brandy? Or?
Yeah, he's not a lot younger, but I'm thinking it's about 4...
Yeah, it's not that
3
much
or 4 years. Yeah, he was a youngster, but she was only 16 at the time, like 16 or 17, but I'm sure she was 16. So I'm thinking he was probably about 13 or 14, somewhere around that, but I'm not sure. But he was there, and it was just one of those situations. Chris was like, "Yeah, I want you to do this with Brandy." Blah blah blah. Went out on tour with him when he had Immature, when he had Quindon. Did you ever heard of a guy named Quindon? You remember a guy named Quindon from back in the day? He passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I used to dance for him.
Okay.
So me and my boy Jermaine was dancing for him. So Immature was their group.
So who was he? The Quindon, was he a famous?
Quindon was one of the coldest singers you ever want to hear in your entire life. And he was about 13 or 14 at the time. Little chubby boy and could sing. I mean, we was on tour and Immature would come out and do that. Where Immature was actually opening, but Immature was doing their thing. That boy Quindon was the type that any song that came where he had a gospel voice. This will help you out. If you ever saw Sister Act, there was a scene in there with a little light-skinned kid singing a Prince song, When Doves Cry. If you seen that, he destroyed that song, just all over the place. But that's what I was doing with them. But my relationship with Chris it was like the stepping stone to everything else.
And you said Chris Stokes, and he was a dancer?
Who?
Or who did you say was what?
Okay, Chris Stokes is the creator, producer, writer of
Immature.
You Got Served, B2K, Immature, IMX. So Chris is the machine behind all of that.
All of
you know what I mean?
Okay.
If you go on Tubi,
it's like
right now,
management type.
Yeah, manager.
Speaking of Stokes, not to cut you off, Shane.
All good.
I was watching a video with Immature.
Yeah.
Back when Romeo was Batman.
Yeah.
And I saw Ty Dolla $ign
as the drummer. Yep.
It blew me away.
Exactly.
Like Chris Stokes done developed some.
Yeah.
I
didn't even know that. The funny part that you say that, I was just talking about that the other day because I was on the road with him for a long time.
Okay.
And I wonder, was he the drummer at the time, or did I meet him and didn't know? Because when you look at the one that had the patch, is it Jerome?
Romeo, I think.
Romeo.
Yeah.
When he had the patch, if you look at them two, they look like brothers.
They really do.
You know what I mean? But I don't remember.
Especially back then.
Probably back then even more.
Yeah.
But they got the same eyes, same structure, whatever, and they got that same disposition the way they act and just real chill. But long story short, because of Immature, the tour and all that stuff, Chris was the one who said, I'm about to do a movie called You Got Served. But it wasn't You Got Served. And if you want me to get into the details of that, I can. But it was called, it didn't even have a name, but it was something, whatever. So I remember sitting at a table similar to this. It was a little bit bigger than this because we was in an office. Mm-hmm. And it was me, Taz, Chris, and some other choreographer. And we were sitting there and he was like, we need to come up with a name for the movie because we don't, I grew up in hip hop street. Like, that's all I did. So I was just like, well, when people get beat, we say they got served. As soon as I said, they said, that's the name of the movie. And there's people that go around trying to say that they did this. And I'm like, I have no reason to lie about nothing. I could call Chris on the phone right now. He'd be like, yep, I remember that shit. You said this and did that. And I can go into some details that I never went into in any interview right now if you want me to.
Yes, please.
Let's do it.
I'll do that. Okay. But there were some things and you got served that I never talk about because I'm so close to a lot of the choreographers and a lot of the people that was in that movie. But there was a moment when, I'm from Cincinnati. We street dancer, booty dancer, pop, pop on the floor, popping our backs. Like twerking was what we was doing back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
They probably didn't even call it twerking.
They didn't call it twerking.
Yeah.
We called it booty dancing. Like, you get up on the floor, down to the floor, pop your back and all that. Like, we used to destroy that. Then all of a sudden, they start calling it twerking. So everybody's like, I'm going to jump up. When I was teaching class, they was like, oh, you teaching that booty stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, twerking became the hottest dance style in the world. And I was like, I was already 10 years ahead of y'all. Y'all just wasn't ready. And that's probably why I did so much in the dance world because I was not copying what everybody was doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy coming from a state like Ohio. Like, well,
I'm going to tell you something. True, I know some of the coldest dancers. They're all older now, but I know some of the coldest dancers in the world. Back when I was younger, there was styles called retarded. There was styles. It was just these dances that these groups was coming in doing that. It reminded you of Crump now. Crump is probably that world now, but back then there was no Crump. There was nothing. But these they had this dance called retarded. These fools, I was still so scared to dance against them because they was so good. But we was choreographer dancers, so we would just murder everybody on the floor. And we'd be like, boom, they come up, and we just were murder dancers. But freestyling, just whatever, them dudes would come up and be like, and they would just do all this. But it was on beat, rhythm, and just I was like, this is the coldest style I ever. Murder group called Murder Rock and a couple other groups, but they was so cold. But I seen some of the coldest dancers till this day. My mentor Keith Sperling was one of the coldest freestyle dancers ever in the world, one of the coldest choreographers, and he basically trained me without me even knowing it at the time because we were just dancing in Cincinnati, just trying to get a name or whatever. But everything that I do is based on his style of how he taught and his brain. And
how much older was he than you at that
2
time?
years. He was like 2 years at the time. He was 2 years older than me. And he was.
How old were you at this time?
And I met Keith when I was probably about 15.
Oh, okay.
Like 14 or 15. Let me tell you how me and Keith met. This is stupid shit, but check it out. So I was dating a girl named Vicki. Everybody was saying Vicki's dating Keith on the side, was messing around with Keith on the side. So Keith,
everybody lies. Going back to what you said.
Yeah, hey, this is crazy. And I'm gonna tell you, but this, as a side note, this girl was the one who broke my heart so bad, and that's why I became the way that I am with females, and why I never really stayed in relationships. I was breaking hearts because I was the type that I watch a movie like Grease. I watch these fairy tale movies, and I was that man. Who's that guy? Where did he come from? On a motorcycle, like, oh, this is Grease too. But all of this, I was the fairy tale dude. I started dating her. She destroyed my heart so bad that I was like, I'll never, ever feel like that again. And I never felt like, I went through it later on in life, but for years, I was just like one leg in, one leg out with everybody. But so she was like, my sister was like, she dating this boy named Keith. You need to go see Keith. I was like, all right. So it was this long strip that you had to get to his house. Keith was way back there. I was way back here. And I was just walking towards him. When I tell you, when we looked at each other, it's one of those things where you see people who got a spirit, a glow, a shine about them that's just real. We looked at each other, I'm about to cry. I shook his hand and I swear we never let go. From that moment till this day, we're grown men now. We've been boys, never argued, never had a fight. And he trained me and taught me, and niggas would come up behind me, dude. And Keith was the type that didn't play.
Right.
He was a boxer, straight street boxer, and
did he let go of Vicki though?
He never had Vicki. That was the point. he was never with Vicki.
Hey, you're saying he's a boxer, so I'm like, did you beat your ass?
So he did, but so when I got to him, he was like, nah, me and Vicki never had sex. We never did anything, but Vicki was the cheater. Vicki was trying to get with him. Yep. So my sister, being friends with Vicki, knew what she was up to. He was like, I never messed with her, so I wanted to meet you so we could talk. But that meeting is crazy because me meeting him through Vicki changed my whole life.
Right.
Crazy.
From that moment, my dance.
So Heartbreak led you to dance.
There you go,
Boy,
right there.
Look at
Come
God.
on, man, put it together and you get Cheerios. Cheerios. But I know we kind of went off the subject, but back to like the whole Chris Stokes situation, what we was doing, you know. So Chris Stokes said this, we were gonna do this movie. I came up with the title, You Guys Serve, and then so we'll be in the rehearsals doing choreography, and I'm going back to what I said. So I was a booty dancer doing all this stuff, and I was like, "There's a style of dance, Chris, that nobody's ever put in a movie. I've never seen nobody do what we do in the movie." He's like, "Well, what is it?" I was like, and I showed him. He was like, "I like that, but I don't want none of that. I want it to be like choreography. I want everything to be like choreography." I said, "I could do choreography with that." He said, "No, I don't want that in this movie because I want blah, blah, blah." I was like, "All right, I won't do it." So as we're doing choreography, I do it on one crew. He comes in the room. He's like, "Who did that choreography?" I said, "I did." He said, took me outside. He's like, "Yo, can we put that on B2K? Just one of the crews to B2K?"
He liked it.
He went crazy over it.
He loved
and
it.
I had to fight for it. And then, so from there on, he was like, "You have to tone it down because the crews you're doing choreography for have to lose. So if you got a number, like I'm telling you, these are facts, nigga."
Oh, basically
because the movie's about B2K them winning.
Yeah, it's about, yes.
Yeah,
and it was kind of split up too, but you know, like they had Omarion and blah, blah, blah on this team. Then they had Razby and blah, blah on this team. But it still was a B2K movie. But in the movie, they was just enemies kind of, you know. Okay. But at the end of the day, like Dave was doing choreography for this crew. I was doing choreography for this crew. So
they didn't want you to be the better one, obviously.
They didn't. And I'm not saying I'm better, but that number, like when I went into my world, it was that you really couldn't mess with it because it's energetic, up, jumping, popping, and it's just.
So which scene was
different
that?
Style.
Well, we didn't. So we didn't get to use it because it got used, but it didn't get in the movie. That's how cold it is. Okay. But you'll see when you first open the movie first opens, it's me and Dave Scott's choreography battle. Okay. That very first scene
when they're in the ring.
That first scene. That's when Razby comes up and pee and all that stuff. Like all that stuff. That's me on this side with Razby, and that's Dave on the other side. So the issue was, you know, you can't do anything that's going to be better than what the winner is supposed to have. And I respect that because when I watch movies like Step Up sometimes and all these other movies, I'll be watching the Crumpers come out and murder, and then they have the superstar guy, whatever, come out and they do their number, and I'll be like, they just got destroyed, but they won? Like, how did they win? When you got I can't think of her names right now.
Jessica Alba. Wasn't she in?
Yes, she was in Honey.
Honey, that's
she
right.
Was in
Honey.
She was in Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got Tight Eyes is what I'm about to say. You got Tight Eyes, you got Little C, all those Crumpers. Like, they didn't have actors. They had the real Crumpers from the hood in the movie in khaki suits like this. You just got to watch the movie. You be like, there's no way anybody ever beat them in this movie.
So were you in the movie too?
Yeah. Okay.
So you were in it and choreographing the people.
So, and I didn't want to be in the movie because they weren't doing my style of dance, you know? So even though I choreographed a lot of stuff based on what was hot at the time because I can look at a style and watch it and be like, okay, so that's the energy. Everybody's going there. Everybody's tutting, blah, blah, blah. So, but my style wasn't in there. And I don't really like to dance unless I'm doing my style because I got it down and I express myself the best. But there was a girl group in there called, I can't think of the name right now, but they was on ABDC, and it was all girls. And Chris was like, "Okay, well, we want you to do something with somebody." So it was a girl group in there, and I actually was in there. So it's one group in there where the girls come out and they're doing their thing, and I go in the middle and they step on my shoulder and we do this little touch stuff, blah 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 blah, come down and come back, but we get beat because dude snatches my head off and throw it on the ground, and I'm like.
This was the competition scene.
This is one of the battle scenes. Yeah, one of the battle scenes. Yeah, and I'm looking at him like, all right, you know. And he couldn't wait to do that because he learned this little windmill kick that he did in front of my face. And I was like, all right, okay, you good? That's good. But yeah, so that was the only scene that I danced in the movie, and I hated what I wore. It was so many things. I loved the movie. There was so many things about it that made.
Out of all the people on B2K, who would you say is the best like natural dancer?
Omari. Yeah, everybody knows that. Omari was at one time. There was nobody that could touch Omari. Not in the real dance world. There was boys that could touch him, but in the entertainment world, as far as other artists and this and that, and he would beat some of the main dancers that was in the game. Like Omari was around the top of the line dancers while we was doing You Guys Serve. So with him already having a dance ability and that instinct, he was learning every day, just feeding. Then he just started just destroying everybody. And I remember at one time it was this big old conversation about who was better, Chris Brown or Omari. Chris Brown had just kind of started doing his thing. And I was on Omari's side for a long time. I was like, he cannot touch Omari. Then Amari went this way with whatever he was doing. Then now there's nobody can touch Chris.
Chris
you know
is
what I mean?
just another level.
They can't touch Chris. There's nobody at this level. I don't care what nobody say. There's nobody ever been at the level of dance that he's been at as an artist. I don't care who you can name. Everybody can say Michael Jackson. Blah, blah. Michael was cold. Michael was famous. But if you put Chris up against him dance wise at their peak, Chris would destroy him.
Wow.
Because Chris has too many styles.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Chris has too many styles. Mike did one style, and every now and then he learned how to street dance, from Boogaloo Shrimp and Papa Taco and all them. So he started ticking and waving, and that took him to another level. But after he does that, then it's like, okay, let's go into the Caribbean style. Chris will eat him. Let's go into popping style. Chris wave. Let's go into just street dancing. Let's go into acrobatics. It's just so he has so many things that he can snatch from that, and that's just one dancer from another, just letting you know, like, this is what it is. No, not taking another from Michael. I love Michael, but I'm just keeping it real.
So even like Omarion today, because I think B2K is getting ready to
They're on tour now. Yeah, they're on tour now.
Do you still think he's at that level?
I haven't seen him dance. I've seen him, do his thing. He's back in shape. I will admit that. He's definitely back in shape because I've been watching, I keep up with all that stuff. And I can see him moving. He got his body back in shape because he was kind of going off he was getting loose. But I see him moving and he looks like the old Amari. But I haven't seen him get off yet. I seen him do stuff like playing around, but I haven't seen him get off.
So I can't say. As a dancer, like how, if you can't just like take a year off and come back and be right back in tune.
It depends on what type of dancer you are. If you're the type of dancer that took choreography classes, you will probably come back and be terrible because you haven't been keeping up with the styles and what's going on. But if you are a dancer from heart and you just feel music, you just create your own stuff, you could come in and after a couple of weeks, you could probably be right back where you are because my style is not what everybody does. It's just what I feel. And I notice I'll be looking at myself sometimes. I'll be like, hey, you still can dance just like you dance because it's what I do. It's not something that somebody taught me. It was taught to me in a way where we was practicing every day and I was just grooming myself. But it wasn't like I took a class and I learned how to tut. I took a class and I learned how to lock. I took a class. It wasn't that. It was being in the streets, being in the hood, being with my boys, battling, and then training myself every day. So it's just like, I'll always be able to just move. And I ain't dancing for so long, like full out, but I still can do what I do. I probably get beat by 90% of the dancers out there now, but they're not going to be like, oh yeah, he's washed up.
Do you think Will could beat you right now?
If Will in the room will go crazy.
If Will,
I gotta see this one.
If Will start twerking, he'll probably get me.
Hey. Wait, what do you think about those dance battles at Ninja Karaoke on First Friday?
Oh, those are off the hook. Those are off the hook.
I see
film some of that.
Those are super dope.
I see Jabbawockeez.
So good. Yep, I've seen Jabbawockeez there.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in a while, but they go off.
Yeah.
They go off.
What do you think? I mean, what do you call that style? Is that something that you can choreograph? Like, is Jabbawockeez, is that a certain style?
You know what it is? I just call it the Jabbawockeez style. I really can't say what they call it because the fact that they have those masks on is what makes it so different. Because as soon as you take those off, they'll look like Kenjas. They'll look like they'll look like, most of the crews that dance with that isolated style and everything is like slow into the musicality is everything. But when they put the mask on,
and the gloves.
Yeah, the gloves.
Yeah.
If you took two groups and put the mask on them and had them dance for you, took them off, then you'll be like, I don't know which one is Jabbawockeez. I don't know which one is. Because they're both so dope at what they do, but, it's the mask that do it. But I'm not taking nothing away from them because the boys are, I mean, if you watch the show, like they blew my mind every episode. Every time I watch those boys, I was like, I don't know where y'all get it from, but so I can't put a style on it. I just say it's a Jabbawockeez style. So whenever I see anybody dancing like that, I'm like, he danced like a Jabbawockeez. You know what I mean? Like he moved like Jabbawockeez.
So that is a whole different ability when you have that mask over your face because, I mean, there's a mask right there, actually.
100%. 100%. When you put that mask on and you can dance, you can almost do anything because it's expressionless. You know what I mean? Just a simple thing that you do. It just gives you a vibe. You mean it's like a robot. You know what I mean? Every time you see a robot dance, if he had a regular face, you wouldn't think he was. You'll still think he moved great, but you wouldn't be so impressed. Right. But the fact that it's just like nothing there, and he's doing this thing is kind of spooky from a point, to a certain extent.
What you think about the Les twins?
Oh God,
they
they're in a whole different league, man.
Right.
Like when they first came out, I'm sitting up. So when I was younger, me and my boys, we was dancing. Me, Keith, Chris, blah blah blah. Then Keith went to the service, so it's just me and Chris.
Okay.
So we was dancing together, and so there's nobody that could really touch us as a duo. I'm sitting up here watching TV, and I'm watching YouTube, and I see them come on, and I haven't seen nothing that impressed me that much in my entire life. Like I was like, what the hell just happened? I called Chris, like, Chris, why? He was like, oh my God, call Keith. Like, Keith, look at these two dudes. I'm like, we, we're older than them. And Keith was like, oh my, we was all like, if we would have had to go up against them back in the day, we would have just walked home sad because they were, till this day, those boys are, I can't even express how talented. So I have a story with them. So I knew this girl who was managing them. She said, I got Les twins down here and we're about to teach a class tomorrow. Come down and meet them.
Real quick, the last twins, is that who was Beyonce?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And they're out of like the UK, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I actually saw them in Paris. We were staying in the same hotel once.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Everybody get mad at me because I've been saying, and they say it's late twins. Les twins. I don't know. It's the LES.
How old are those guys now? Like, what would you?
Mid-30s, maybe, something like that. You know, they still young.
Yeah.
They still got a good career in front of them. But real quick, so she said, come down here and see him, whatever. So I go to the hotel and they in there and they knew me from the show, but they still was not too familiar. And we talked, so we sat all night. But the cool thing about this whole thing, I was like, so tell me y'all process of choreography. How do y'all come up with all those intricate moves? He said, well, Sam, I'm gonna tell you what we do. We couldn't speak English for a long time. So we would listen to music and we would take a piece of paper. He demonstrated. He said, so if we hear dit, 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 we would mark those sounds. We would mark those sounds on the paper. And then we would go,
oh, wow.
And that's how we danced because we couldn't hear what they were saying. We didn't know what they were saying, but we knew the rhythm and the melody of the beats and the tones and the language. And that's, if you watch them, they're on so many beats at one time, it's not even funny. Like their musicality is out of here. They remind me of Keita the Great.
Okay, yeah.
They remind me of Keita. Keita's another beast. Oh, God.
It was a minute where the dance movies was running Hollywood.
Yeah.
Do you think that was like by design because it had gotten so popular and so mainstream?
I'm going to tell you this. Every 20 years, something weird happens.
Okay.
So, Breaking, 84, 83, 84, somewhere around there. 20 years later, you got served. Now we need something else. I think something else is about to happen. So I don't know what it is, but I just feel like it's always like an energy that needs to happen that brings everything back. You know what I mean?
So speaking of dance movies, you may or may not know the answer to this, Shane. Why did they kill Chris Brown in Stomp? Stomp the Yard.
Stomp the Yard. I have no idea why they killed Chris Brown in Stomp the Yard.
Who would have killed the show?
But I think it has something to do with scheduling. Yeah. I think they probably, or either scheduling or budget. I think they had enough to get him for that amount of time. So they had to figure out a way to get him in.
So he had to break his neck.
So I think something. Yeah, so,
that is crazy though.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you a story about Stomp the Yard. Okay. Right. I'm going to tell you a story that's crazy right now. Look, okay. So Step Up came out. Stomp the Yard came out. You Got Served came out. I ain't had nothing to do with Honey, whatever.
Even Save the Last Dance.
Save the Last Dance is terrible.
It was.
What was your favorite between your So You Think You Can Dance and You Got Served? Which one did you like better?
What I like doing better?
Yeah.
So you think you could dance? I mean,
they're just they're different.
You Got Served. I like the reason I love So You Think You Could Dance, but you got to remember, excuse me, I'm a street dancer. 90% of So You Think You Could Dance was
choreography.
Is close, but it's more contemporary. It's more foxtrot. It's more all those styles of dance that me as a man growing up in the streets don't know nothing about. Right. So I could never judge them. And they would have me on a panel, and I'd be like, I know it looks good, but I can't judge that. I can only judge the street styles, critique them, like from a dancer's point of view where people understand. But when I looked at the foxtrot, when I looked at anything else, I was like, that looked cool to me. And then the lady that was next to me, I can't think of her name right now, she'd be like, your guys' shoulders were bent and your legs were ta-da-da and your neck needs to be like this and your arm, you got to make sure. And then she just destroyed it. And I was just like that should look cool. Y'all was on the floor. So I never like judging it because I'm like, I'm coming from a whole different, I like the energy and how they projected and the movements they was doing. So I couldn't critique it the way that I needed to. So You Got Served, I was able to do, what I did. And that movie was about my world. So I loved it way more.
I'm still sitting here in shock that a guy from Ohio created the twerking. You know that?
Yeah, but I'm not going to say I created it. I'm just saying I was doing that shit before they was doing it.
A lot of stuff came out of Ohio. That's where the Music Hall of Fame is.
Yeah,
it's a lot of great stuff musically that's come out of Ohio.
This guy had an Instagram the other day, and he said people that came from Cincinnati, Ohio. And he named about 20 people, and I had to slip it in there. I said, you forgot Shane Sparks. And then people was like, yeah, you forgot Shane Sparks.
No, seriously.
But he was naming so many people that I forgot or didn't even know. I was like, oh, they, like a lot of these actresses and stuff. Like, there's so many people that came out.
I think Halle Berry's from Ohio.
Yeah, she was one of the people he named. I was like, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't even know that either.
Zapp and Rogers from Ohio.
Of course.
It's a lot.
Well, you're a historian, bro.
I actually, low key, I really am.
I love that, though.
That's why
really
I got to say Mr. Will Roundtree.
Exactly.
Get it right, true.
Get it right, true.
But yeah, okay, so going back, when I was doing all that stuff, this guy came to me and said, Shane, we're going to do a movie called Stomp the Yard. We're looking for a choreographer for it. I never forget, I was on Melrose in this little small restaurant. Me and my manager, who I wish I would have never hired, was sitting in there and they was like, yo, this is what we're going to do, but they didn't have money for it. They had everything, the script, everything.
Who did that? Is that Will Packer?
I think it's Will Packer. It was two people. I can't remember the names, but it was something like that.
Okay.
And we were sitting in the thing and they was like, just the storyline. Chris wasn't a part of it yet. But he was just showing me the storyline, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I want to do it. But because they didn't have money, my managers was like, Shane, you're going to be doing all this work. You're not going to make any money right off the top and blah, blah, blah. And you got to wait. She was like, so we think she didn't say it was going to pass right away, but I was like, we need to think about it. I never heard nothing from him ever again. And next thing you know, the movie comes out, Chris Brown, I'm one of the coldest movies. And the crazy part about it, I didn't appreciate the movie until years later because I couldn't watch it. And one day I'm sitting at home, Columbus, all those are my boys. I sit up and I was like, let me just watch this dumb movie. Man, I'm watching that movie. I'm like, this opening dance scene is great. The cinematography of it was crazy. I was like, y'all crazy. And then the storyline, everything, So that was that. I never got to do it, but that was, what's the other one? Step Up. So the guy who created Step Up, is this Step? Yeah, Step Up. So I'm sitting at So You Think You Dance, and he was one of the judges on the show. I can't think of his name, but you'll know him if I say it. He came up to me and said, we're doing another dance movie, but it's going straight to DVD. We want to have a meeting with you. So I was like, all right, cool. So we go down to the office. He shows me the script, just like they always do. And they tell me, like, they're looking for a white guy to play the lead. And yeah, there you go. True, if I'd have known you, I'd have called you.
True with the footwork?
With the footwork.
Oh, gosh.
So
is that the one with Channing Tatum?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So they got
real quick, is he a legit?
No. He's better now.
You could tell he couldn't dance in that movie.
First, yeah.
That's what I was like.
He got buried.
He was just
he needed a mask on in that one.
Yeah.
He needed the Jabbawockeez mask.
I didn't even want to get into that because Channing was a very good supporter of stuff that we did. He used to come to all the shows and stuff like that. But then, whatever. But Robert Hoffman was the name that I came up with. I said, you need to get this guy right here. He's tall, he's good looking, and he dances with the best. And he's the same one who choreographs You Got Served with me. So we called Robert, and Robert got hired right on the spot. And that's how he got that. That's how I can prove that. Like if I call Robert Hoffman right now, if he picked up the phone, like, Robert, how'd you get hired to do your Step Up? He'd be like, you call me. And he got the job. You know what I mean? And he killed that job. But but this is the crazy part about it. So he takes me down there. He's like, yo, here's a script. Took it, and if there anything you were changing there, and I was kind of cutting it. I wasn't cutting it up, but I was like, as a dancer, I was like, y'all need to stop making people lose to dumb choreographer dancing and blah, blah, and stop having this girl going to Juilliard. And I was like, I mean, it's a cool story. He was like, but we already kind of got it written. I was like, all right, cool. So the meeting was over. I go to New York, and I was doing the Pulse, and this is with all the biggest choreographers in the world, from Dave Scott to Mia Michaels to what's her name, who did all the Puffy stuff. I can't. Lorianne Gibson.
Yep.
Yeah, like it was so many people. Brian Friedman, the cream of the crop.
Oh yeah, Brian Friedman.
Yeah,
heard that name in a minute.
So I get in the car with one of the choreographers, and we're sitting there, we're talking. And we always talk about, what you got going on? What you got doing? So I told him about the situation. I said, yo, I just got called in for this movie called Step Up, going straight to DVD. They want me to choreograph it, and I hooked up Robert Hoffman. Blah blah blah. He's like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Next week, I never heard anything. They was calling me every day. You got mine. Next week came, never heard nothing. I was like, Dad, whatever happened with that? Movie comes out. That person that I was telling had booked the job. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he sent his manager in there or whatever, but it shifted over to him. And I was like, So I learned real quick to keep stuff to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I learned that real quick.
Yeah.
And
that ended up becoming a franchise too.
that's what I'm about to say. They ended up doing like 4 or 5 of those movies. And those movies were fire.
Killed it. Yeah,
like,
they made a lot of money.
I can't take nothing away from Step Up. Step Up was, they had like, and another thing, okay, so you know how they have the robot guy that's in there that's, he comes to this thing and all this,
Right.
They used to train in my garage, in my basement, in my house. And not that they learned anything, but we used to be so close back in the day. His name is about to come to me. But like I have a video, if I could get these old videos, with me and him in the living room with a big old mirror.
Them videos, VHS?
Stop, true.
No, not VHS, fool. I was about to say, yeah. But no, they was on DVD.
Maybe,
The DVD,
yeah.
those
DVD.
8 millimeter or DVAs, whatever you call those. I have like 3, I'm going to say bags, but I have 3 bags full of the minis, the next ones, and then the big ones. But the big ones was first, you know.
Right.
But I have video. I have so much. I had all You Guys Serve rehearsals on those videos. I posted some of them like when the anniversary of You Guys Serve in 2004. So in 2024, it was an 20-year anniversary. So I was posting stuff that nobody would ever see. But I have so much footage. But those movies went on to do really, really great. And you know, that's just life. You know, you live and you learn.
I just said this actually to our producer Matt the other day. I said, you know, as far as like what you're saying, like telling people, teaching people, I'm like, people ask me stuff all the time. And, you know, I've had people be like, yo, why are you giving them the sauce or whatever?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because you're everybody's one-on-one. So I'm like, if you're one-on-one, nobody can do what you do.
Right, 100%. 100%. And I feel like that a lot, but when it comes to Hollywood, one movie could set your career off.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of who you say. When it comes to style, come to dance, whatever, I'll be like, y'all can take that. I don't care. Just ideas. Like if I tell somebody an idea, they be like, you shouldn't be telling my. It's like, if you look at my phone, I got so many dope ideas. You'll be like, this is crazy. Let me tell you an idea that's going to blow your mind. Make you pee on yourself and make you quit your boyfriend.
That's crazy talk. Wait, hold on.
Listen, this is our code.
I gotta hear what you have to say. This is crazy.
This is our code.
We got some notebooks.
Listen.
Where's my?
I already got it.
Listen,
I already got copy written. It's already in the process. So
it better be. I'm gonna check it.
Check it. So you know how every day you buy gas, right?
Yep.
You buy gas every day. Gas go up and go down. Okay.
Right.
You know how everybody have debit cards?
Right.
What if there was a debit card called what do you call it? Fuel lock. And basically you get this card, and if the gas is $2.89, when you buy this card at $2.89, you get that gas for $2.89 on that card. So as long as you have money on that card with that price, that's how much you get it for.
So you're prepaying gas.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go too deep into it, but every time you give that card, that's how much you get in that gas for until that money's gone. So you try to find, you know, those low points to get the gas, and then so there's other stuff we're dealing with because gas go up, gas go down, and we just got to balance.
I would take it a step further. I would drive out of town and get cheap gas, and then come back.
And that's one of the things that we talk about too.
How far we drive?
But we have to be careful because
it don't matter.
Yeah, we have to be careful with that
40
because
40 miles to get cheap gas, y'all. And I'm
you end up
coming
using
right
the whole
back.
gas up.
No, you fly out of town.
Oh yeah.
But the thing that we're dealing with is it'll be selective gas stations,
Right.
Almost like McDonald's. Like you go there for the happy meal
like
or
it's
whatever.
part of like the reward.
So you
to the
gotta,
program.
So you gotta, it's gonna be limited to certain ones until it gets big enough where every gas station would take it.
Well, Shane, are you doing this idea or what?
100%. I can show you the logo.
Shane's
right now.
gonna be looking at.
I can show you the logo. I can show you
Dude,
the deck.
Well,
I can show you
when are we
everything.
signing up for this card, bro?
He's gonna look at 76 gas station like you got served.
Look, I'll go to 76. I'll go to Chevron. I'll go to Shell. I'll go whatever one.
You got to get Chevron.
But yeah.
No,
but
Chevron's expensive.
That's just
dude.
one of those. That's just one idea. You feel me? That was just something that we've been talking about the past couple of weeks, and we just running with it right now.
No, I
But
love that.
It's so many things that I just come up with that I don't care. It's just like when it comes to ideas. But Hollywood, you got to be careful because one movie, one TV show, one anything could take you to the next level. And if you miss it, you sit at home and be like, I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to do that movie right there. I was talking to not talking to Denzel, but watched him. He was talking about the movie Seven.
Yeah.
And this guy asked him, like, is there ever a movie that you turned down that you regretted turning down? He said, Seven. He said, Seven, why'd you turn it down? He said, I was going to play Morgan Freeman's role. He said, or I think it was Brad Pitt or Morgan Freeman, whatever role. But he said, when I read it, it was too demonic for me. He said, then I went to watch it and I was like, I fucked up. It's like I fucked up. But that's just how life is. You know what I mean? You got to just be careful. But his career is so cold that it doesn't matter. But not everybody has a career that they can just miss out on movies like that
Definitely.
and still be relevant. So,
Wow.
So you said Shane Sparks died, and now you're
it's not died, but
Yeah, don't say that.
I was thinking about how he said that. I was thinking about
Yeah.
the
Like a
gas station guy when I said
reinventing
that.
kind of yourself.
reinventing, because like right
Yeah.
now, a lot of the stuff
Everybody's
that I
gotta
do, a lot of stuff I do is editing. It's all about filming, editing, and it's all about the
Watch out,
AI
Matt.
stuff.
Cut creator.
So cut creator, because I'm a cutter. Editing is cutting, So, and I'm a creator, so it's like cut creator. And then if you go back in the day, what's my DJ's name? Cut creator. Who's that? LL Cool J. So I always like their names, so I just changed the words. I mean, we spell it with a K instead of a C. But I always like the way they cut creator,
At least it's
and
only
it just
2Ks.
makes huh?
At least it's only 2Ks.
Shut up!
Listen to her. Nobody even thought like that.
That's
No,
how we-
it's
There goes the
cut.
sponsors.
KUT. No, KUT creator.
sponsored by
KREH.
THC Design.
COR. This is what I have.
Yeah.
A white paper.
It's just
Cut creator. I'm like,
cut creator. Yeah.
nah, I never heard of that before.
Yeah, because you probably, LL's back in the day. You was probably you're younger, so it wouldn't be something that you would know.
80s.
But LL had a DJ named Cut Creator. He was a DJ. He was cut creator.
LL
Back on
Cool J was a DJ.
The records.
No, he had a DJ
Oh,
named Cut
okay,
Creator.
yeah. I was about to say.
His DJ,
Them
what's my
turntables.
DJ's name?
Yep.
Like you watch,
Cut Creator.
he always gave him props, like every song, But yeah, so that's where that comes from, and that's what I
Okay.
do. And
And when you were in LA, did you guys have crews? Like,
I never had a crew in LA. I went from a crew in Cincinnati.
Mhm.
That's all I did was we had crews, Cold Premiere, Cold Crush, Rocksteady Crew, and all that stuff. And we love Rocksteady Crew from New York so much that we ended up using their name. But we just, we was young. This hip hop was still kind of fresh, so we was like, oh, that's a dope name. But I did like I said, nobody danced like me, so I'm very true to who I am and what I do. And nobody danced the way I did. Even today when I watch stuff, everybody danced a certain style. And you can just tell, like, everybody's learning from the same people. Everybody's watching the same show. We only had a basement, a garage, and our creativity. So our moves was so original. If I did a dance piece right now with Chris and Keith, it would be so original from what we see right now. You'd be like, y'all could do that right now and it'll still be relevant because we were so ahead of the game. And so people in LA didn't dance that way, So
I didn't even think of that. So, like, what would you say the difference is between? So that's going back to where there wasn't smartphones, AI, all this shit.
That's what I'm saying.
So is
like
dancing now, is it becoming AI and watching? They got an advantage because they can watch YouTube
100%.
videos. And
100%. I just seen this video with this little baby dancing, and Keita posted it because it's 100%
I think it's
Keita.
called the
You see that? Yeah, this little baby.
The little baby
And
dance.
Keita had to show them, and I love that he did. He had to show them, like, somebody done took my style, and put a baby on it. Those are my moves.
Oh, with the
Then they got
freaking
him
AI,
dancing.
dude.
They got him dancing side by side with his boy
Oh
doing
my
the same
gosh.
style. Like, this is me. But they're taking, I swear to God, they got a clone or whatever, or a digital shoe print of all of us. Because we give our information away every day.
Oh, for sure.
Phones are how we talk, how we sound, how we think, who we love, who's in our family, our girlfriend. They have all the information on. So this, you know how easy to do an AI clone of you? I could do it in 2 seconds and it'll look just like you, and I can have them doing like this. And it'll look just like you.
Yeah, we were, Matt, our producer, did some AI video stuff. And like I said, I mean, you could,
It's crazy.
Yeah, I did.
Like, I like just the touch of it. Like, I don't like when people overdo stuff.
Yeah.
You just put a little bit of a touch on it. I think that's dope.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like some people are creative and they'll use it from a creative point of view. And then there's some people who aren't, and they just use it to just do stuff. And they're just totally like getting props off of just taking advantage of it. Like, I produce music. So when I do music, when I got Suno, I was like, okay, I got like 30 songs that I just did like 5-6 years ago. Let me go. I put it through Suno and it just made it so much fatter, but it's my writing, my arrangement, it's not my voice, because you have to do certain things for it to be your tone, your voice, whatever. But the tones they used was so sick, so sexy. And if you listen to it, you're like, who is that? I was like, that's an AI voice. But I wrote, produced the beats, everything. And it sounds just like my song, but Suno did what it did to make it better. But some people are literally saying, I love baseball and I put it in the garbage can. Write me a song. It'll do the beat.
That's so true.
And
then
Literally, I think one of my friends did
that what you were using,
sometime
Matt?
recently.
Yeah, Matt showed me Suno.
Yeah,
one day.
Suno is fire. You know what I mean? But some people
Same,
just...
like, AI is great. You can use it to our advantage like that, but it's never going to change like real dancing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like being around and being and seeing dance circles and going to dance competitions. Like, I mean, there's nothing like that energy. Like, I don't think robots or AI will ever take that over. And like,
they never will.
No.
They never will.
No.
The live show will never die.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what people who sit on their phone and they go to shows, they can always get the duplication of what they see.
For sure.
But the live show will never, ever. And did y'all see that video? I'm sorry. Did y'all see that video of that guy that was on stage performing? He had like 6 robot dancers behind him. Did y'all see that video?
No, I haven't seen that.
He got 6 robots back there doing all the choreography in sync, super code.
Wait, okay, I think I've seen this one.
Yeah.
It's recent. Yeah.
Recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're dancing, and I was like, everybody was like, that's crazy. I was like,
and they're super choreographed.
Yeah, super all choreography. I said, it looks good because it's robots doing it, but it's fake. It's corny. It's
cold.
It's no emotion.
And not cold in a good type of way.
Yeah. Exactly. It's dumb.
It's soulless.
But you'd never be able to outdo a real group of dancers behind you performing with you, because there's just things that we do spontaneously that a robot can't, because they're programmed to do exactly what they do. They'll never walk up to the top of the thing and grab a girl's hand and come back, spin, stop, pick his shirt up and have a 6-pack. No. Imagine a robot picking his shirt up. You know what I mean?
Right.
You'll be like, dude, that's a fucking steel wood, whatever.
Literally, right.
That's not even real. Like if I touched you, I'd, it'd be like,
it would hurt. No.
Yeah.
They're trying to replace everybody, man.
But they're not going to replace that.
No. The live performance is even with the whole hologram stuff that's coming soon, even though it's out, but it still hasn't took over the way it's supposed to. They'll still never be able to outdo a live performance with a person who could really sing, sweating on his face and coming down and doing riffs. And you'll never be able to take that out. And I just hope that people, appreciate the live version of stuff. 'Cause the crazy part about it, people that are born now, like a kid that's born today, in 15 years, he's never going to know. He's not going to know none of the stuff he's only going to know AI. He's only going to know this world. And
fake shit.
He'll
That's
never,
it.
he'll never appreciate what.
No human element.
100%.
In anything.
100%. So
it's kind of scary.
It's kind of scary. It's definitely scary. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
that is a tough one, because back in our day, I mean, you're outside playing.
Yeah,
you didn't have no references or shit to be watching on it. I mean, the
stuff you made up, you made that up yourself.
Kids are brainwashed, man, with these phones and iPads and
6, 7.
And they're so awkward. You ever meet a kid that's just like always on the internet in person? You go to talk to them, they're like
so awkward,
and they so like, hey, hi,
like they're nervous.
But online, they're like super cool and and they got all the effects.
NPC. They're just an NPC.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And that's, those are the things we can't lose, is the human element, and with the heart, the soul, and the spirit.
But I feel like that's what dance can do. Like dance can bring all those people together, get the people off their phones, bring the energy back. So
that's a movie concept right there.
Okay, let's do it.
That's a movie concept.
Let's
bring
go.
the energy back.
Yeah, no, there's just something that happens. Something that happens that makes them realize, because they watched all these AI videos, they watched all these kids, and then all of a sudden somebody say, "Want to go over here?" And they be like, and they get their mind blown by what the real stuff,
whole nother
where
world,
they get it off from, and it's almost like we need to put our phone down, and at the end of it shows everybody like dropping their phones, and then it's just a whole dance scene that's just like amazing, Something that's corny, but it's
sick.
like one of those things that makes you think, Like it could be a 30-minute movie.
It's also like kind of relatable, because it's like everyone's on their phone all the time.
100%.
So it's like people want that life like without their phone, but everyone's so accustomed and conditioned to it that it's kind of hard to live life without it.
Exactly. Some people only can be alive
through
their phone.
Yeah, did I see somebody's doing a reality show or something?
Mr. Beast.
Where you can't be on your phone?
No.
You got to put your phone down or something? You know what
I don't know. Dude, I feel like every reality TV show is like that. You can't bring your phone into any TV show.
But Mr. Beast, that's my favorite show.
Bro, I've been watching the Mr. Beast game.
Oh my God. Did you see the cliffhanger they left it on?
Okay, I'm on the 9th episode.
Me too. It's like one more episode left.
I know.
Mm-hmm. I don't understand that guy. He seems like
he's
in person
stupid rich.
Yeah, he's super rich and got a lot of
stupid rich. He's giving away islands left and right, and over $5 million+.
Yeah.
What would you do if he gave you an island?
Bro, I don't know. I might resell it. I might live on it for a little bit and then resell it.
That's what I think most people are going to do with it, But
Like,
okay,
for a few months. That's kind of
hypothetical.
cool. Like, I'll flex for like a year. Let's go visit my island, bring all my friends,
And
you
then
know,
go
and then
sell
after
for $5
that,
million.
sell it.
Yeah. Okay, tell me this scenario. What would you do? Because everybody be getting mad at me. I was like, I did it. So you got a crew of people that you with. It's 10 lines, and you got 10 people in your line. You got to go up there, and there's a button. It starts from 0, and the number goes up. And every number that goes up is money. So it ends up going up to $1 million. But you are picked to be the leader, to go up there. If you take the money, your whole crew goes home. You get to keep the money, and you get to stay on the show.
Yeah, that's fun.
But it's about integrity. So you get up there, and it goes from 1 all the way up to 10,000, 40,000, all the way up to $1 million. And all you got to do is hit a button, and you got $1 million in your account right then and there. All you got to do is hit the button.
And you're still in the game.
And you're still in the game, and you get the money, but those people that was in your group, they all go home.
And you've made friendships with these people. You bonds.
Well, I'll say, I'm massive on integrity. But again, being from the Midwest, I think I would just take the quickest money that you get.
Because
get to 100,000, I'd be like, boom.
Yeah.
And that's who like mostly is on the show is like people from the Midwest and stuff like that. People that don't have the opportunity every day to get the $1 million. And so it's like, at the end of the day, I don't know. I get it. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Like, these people are like, yeah, my mom has cancer, this and that. Like, everyone's fighting for different reasons.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's why is different. But
you don't know these people. You'll never see these people again. Ever. And you gotta literally think about, you made friends with these people and they're cool.
You're thinking about all of them. Like, your decision is going to impact 9 other people.
Yeah. And then it's a lot of other situations like that. But you become friends with like some people, they have these lot of, what do you call it when like this group hangs out
like
together?
A bond,
like
and,
it's a bond,
and social cliques and stuff, alliances. Yeah.
So you feel like that. But I'm thinking like this. When you signed up for that show, you signed up by yourself.
Yeah.
You signed up for that show telling
with the
your
intention
girlfriend
to win.
And your wife, exactly, babe, I'm about to go in here and win this. Then all of a sudden, 3 episodes, 4 episodes in, they give you an opportunity. Listen to this, they'll put $1 million out here on this table. Oh, this is crazy. There's 10 people in the rooms. They can't see what you're doing and how much you're going to take. If you're the one, if you're number 1, you get to take as much as you want, but you have an alliance. So everybody's like, okay, if everybody take 100,000, we all get 100,000 and it's even. We could all get that and we're good. So everybody's got to do what they're supposed to do. But you're first.
You said it right at the beginning of the show, Shane. You said everybody in Vegas be lying. So on that show, they all be lying.
They all be lying.
Yeah, dude.
Even if they told you,
they really do.
Yeah.
They're going to lie.
And that dude went up there and took 250,000.
I know, I saw that. I was like, damn.
250,000. So I was like, it's crazy, right?
I know.
I probably would took 500. I probably would be like, I ain't gonna never see y'all again. I love you.
Damn.
You're pretty. Because just think about this. The day that y'all, when you lose, because the chances of you winning that $5 million are very slim.
Yeah,
so it's
they
crazy.
are.
You got one shot.
And if you don't take that money or take advantage of it, when you go home, you know what you're gonna do for the rest of your 30-year-old life?
You're gonna think about that.
Like,
you're gonna be like,
what I could have done. I'm never gonna see these people again, like ever. And the person that took the money, they're mad at him, but he goes home like,
and it's like your family's still struggling at the end of the day, or whatever it is.
We need to know.
Bro, it's the thing. Money and morals is.
Rachel, we need to know this from Mr. Full-Time CEO.
Huh?
Where would your out have been? What would you have done?
Honestly, it would depend on where I'm at in my life at the time.
Actually, that's a good.
You know what I'm saying? I think everybody.
That's what everybody on the show is at a different place.
Yeah, everybody's
exactly.
At a different place.
I say 90% of them, they are all struggling.
Yeah.
There was nobody that was on there. It was like, well, you know what? My business is booming right now, blah, blah, blah. I just wanted to come and do something to have some fun. They're all like, I was living in my car last year. My wife and my girlfriend, my wife and my mother, we live together and we've been.
Everyone had a struggle
all have
story.
A crazy story. And imagine how it would feel when your wife and come back to pick you up. You say, I got $1 million. I didn't win the whole thing, but I got $1 million. Let's go home and change our lives and do what we've been wanting to do. Or I gave it all up for integrity, baby.
Yeah, for some fucking
I
Joe
love you
schmo.
so much, but
she's leaving.
I love the people on the show.
When you get home, she's
and
leaving.
then the wife is pissed.
Done.
The wife is pissed, you know?
Exactly. She's like, I mean, I'm telling you, these
it
people
is
get
true.
fooled.
It's like, what do you do in that situation?
How long do these people get to know each other?
They were in there for a month.
Oh,
But like they were, I mean, probably that episode that was probably them like a few weeks in, or whatever. So they've already built those relationships and those bonds with those people because they're with them 24/7.
Yeah, and they know their stories, and so they're all looking at them like, "I got you, man. Like we need to be together. We're both boxers and whatever." So they love each other. But the crazy part about it is when it, like last season, when they get down to the end of it, it's all about you. They do what they have to do. All that friendship goes out the window. It goes out the window.
Man, I need to. What's
Mr. Beast?
It's on Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
I'm tuned into that.
You're lucky because you ain't seen nothing, so you get to watch 9 episodes back to back if you want.
Yeah.
We've been watching
season 1 and 2.
Yeah,
we're on 2.
Exactly. So
you're on season 2?
Yeah,
Mr. Beast is probably one of the coldest shows online right now.
Yeah, like his game, it's next level.
It's a whole
bro. He got Survivor.
Yeah, he got the dude from Survivor to come on there and they collab. So
they collab,
in
bro.
The woods and do stuff and
on the Survivor Island. Yeah. I'm like that.
What
know how
levels?
Big Survivor was?
Yeah, what happened with
iconic
with this Mr. Beast guy? What happened here in Vegas? That was
that whole thing at the Resorts World. Yeah, I really don't even know what actually happened with that.
I don't think it was actually him. I think somebody possibly tried to use his right, and so they were supposed to do an event at
that was the first
Resorts World, and a bunch of people ended up buying tickets, and
2 years ago
he never showed up.
They were like stranded.
I don't think
super
it was
upset about that. Yeah,
I think somebody probably tried to license his name or whatever. Because I can't see him not showing up
100%. Because he's too big.
From what I've heard, he's actually a really good guy.
Yeah,
right.
Like I've heard people who
he's definitely a businessman.
Dude, how could you have that much money and not be a good guy? Yeah, you know, like if you were Mark Zuckerberg and you're like, like
I mean, bro, you could definitely be a piece of shit with that much money.
Yeah, I mean, you can be whatever you want.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah, I guess.
You know,
what would you be, Race?
I'd be a great person.
Yeah, me too. I would.
I mean, I am a great person, so I don't.
Creator or Shane Sparks? Which one would help people and which one would take that money and run?
Both of them. You know what I could do at $1 million?
I love you guys, but I'm the fuck out. Fuck what you guys. You guys better go get that gas card.
Exactly.
You'll lock, baby. I'm on it.
That's where the Detroit came in. I'm like, you guys are going to be paying that high price gas.
Oh, shit.
I could take my whole family and change their lives. Like, that's the goal.
Bro, they're season 3 right now. They're auditioning for it.
The main thing's
we can join.
Yeah.
Bro, we can join.
Hey,
we should try maybe.
Hey, so is it $1 million?
But that'd be crazy.
It's $5 million.
Yeah, it was
$5 million.
And then, but the crazy part about it is $5 million.
And they have the coin.
He gives them a gold coin. And if you're a part of the top 6, you could use it and it would take it to $10 million. So he doubles it. He doubles the money for the person. If that person that got it makes it to the top 6, he doubles it.
Loki, it's fucking insane, bro.
It's crazy, bro. I'd be out of there.
You mean in 30 days I can make $10 million?
Yeah. Like crazy.
And now knowing the game, like for season 3, I feel like he's going to do even more twists and turns.
Yeah.
But like you already have like an idea of how he plays the game.
Mm-hmm.
He twisted like crazy.
He twisted, man.
Let's audition.
Do you think it's him?
I'm down.
Do you think it's his creativity or do you think there's some...
Bro, I saw it. There's they got a huge team behind it. And I think it's the Chinese people.
I believe that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I saw the credits.
Squid Games.
I saw the credits.
Yeah, it reminds me of
It's a huge production.
And where do people audition to be on like that type of
I don't even know. I think he just sent an email or something.
No, he's not in LA. I think it's like, don't quote me. I think it's like in the Carolinas or something like.
Oh,
I don't think it's like in a populated area.
It's somewhere else.
So.
Mm-hmm. He builds a mini city.
Yeah,
he literally builds a mini city.
It's crazy, man.
There's a Starbucks on there.
So since you guys
and Lowe's.
know so much about
Lowe's
the
sponsors
show,
it.
When it came down to it, would you be like, I'm gonna make sure Little Rach is good, or would you be like, okay.
Bro, okay, listen to this. So like the first.
What do you mean?
Like if it was you two?
Oh, we had each other. Yeah, I'll have his back to the end.
I'll say this is what I do. Like
until it's my turn.
I'll say Rachel, whatever you win, we'll split it.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, though, that is smart.
So that way it's like
smart.
I'll fight for you, you fight for me. But if one of us get off that, we get the money and we split it. But we go both fight for each other.
We gotta have a kind of contract.
You know why you can't do that? Because everyone lies. Just that's what he said.
No.
What if
we can shake hands?
What if the last competition you have to dance?
Oh, come on now.
See, Shane,
and I'm going up against Shane Sparks, bro.
But listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
Teach her though.
That's a female. You got to remember, it's probably a lot of guys watching that show that's going to be like,
nah, dude, Shane Sparks is a legend.
Yeah,
no,
but
he can't teach you though.
Yeah.
But all she got to do is
You just got to be
to the floor, twerk it,
Do the
bring it
booty
up, and
pop
rock
and
it, and rock
she'll
it,
win.
and it's a wrap.
It's a
I'm
wrap.
gonna be over there like, woo, woo. Like, come on, dude, what's that? I'm not turned on, Shane. Not turned on.
Dang, they're gonna be like the twerker guy made it to the end.
Can you imagine watching that show and you got me on there, you watched me, and I made it to the end, like the top 2, and I won.
Yeah, I'll scream for you.
That's crazy.
I'll scream for you.
Dude, I feel like
Hey.
there's some weird way that I can envision Little Rach somehow finagling in there.
Oh
Let's
yeah,
go, dude. Come on, let's just apply now. I swear to God.
I'm down. As you have nothing to lose today in this world. You have nothing.
All
to
right,
lose.
after the show.
You could go on there on the first episode and leave with $100,000.
Yes, bro, because
Like,
that's the
how
smartest
crazy
way
the
to do
show
it.
is.
The smartest way to do it because they're like,
what I
he's giving away money left and right,
Yeah.
and you don't know anyone, so you
Mhm.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
You're like, well, I didn't make relationships with anyone, so
Exactly.
technically,
yeah.
I would do it.
The first episode, this guy walked off with $100,000 and was gone. I was like, you don't
Didn't
even
even
win that
have to
much
be
on
there.
TV
That
shows
would've
and
been
regular
me.
shows.
Yeah.
He just won 100 and went home
Within 24 hours.
within 24 hours.
Say less.
Is that do you really go home with 50, Will? Because the tax.
They're
Because
definitely
of taxes,
taking
yeah, they definitely got to
Yeah.
get you, yeah.
I would have been the first one out. I couldn't even deal with the anxiety to hang in there.
Yeah, it's a trip. Oh,
only
they,
imagine
they would have
that.
got you. They would have got me. They had a scene where they had put them in caskets.
Oh yeah, bro.
They
No,
put
yeah,
you
that
in
was.
caskets, and they was in there for like maybe like what 40 minutes. I don't.
I would have been
Were they
done.
closed?
They were closed with
It's
dirt
there.
on top of them.
Yes.
There was a glass
Oh,
casket
man,
with a
okay.
mic in front of with a mic in front of them and a camera, but they showed them putting the dirt, so they got them all on the line with dirt all over them. And depending on when you got picked to go and do whatever you have to do, you sat in there that time. So some people sat in there for like over an hour, I think.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
as soon as they would have said casket out, I'm like, out.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm good. I'm
that's-
good. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that goes.
I know,
against-
I
that goes
give it to
against my
them.
sanctions, but you
Yeah.
hear that dirt hitting the thing.
I
That's
He's
being-
doing
we just
crazy
talked
shit
about
now.
this. That's being in the trunk.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like being in the trunk of a car.
I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, y'all. Because as soon as they close that thing, they go, I'm gonna turn into a girl.
Yeah.
Start
Hey,
screaming.
Hey, we said nowadays.
I'm done.
Nowadays, you
I'm
can
done.
get out of a trunk. They got a thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
with the little
yeah.
hook.
But I
Yeah.
said, but that ain't the guy that's gonna steal you. He's gonna have the 1984
Exactly,
Accord.
Cutlass.
You're
Oh.
in that trunk, you ain't coming out.
Exactly.
Oof.
Somebody ever says get in the trunk? Nope.
I'm done.
No, that's scary.
That's really scary. Man, I don't know how we missed this, Will. The Mr. Beast, we're busy working.
Yeah, man, I guess.
Yeah, you guys ain't tuning in the Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to
Use
send
your
us a
Prime
check.
membership wisely now, okay?
I see.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So before we leave, Bogoya. Have you heard of that movie?
No.
Bogoya.
I saw the
Honestly,
preview.
Emma,
for it,
Emma
though.
Stone.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna say too much. Watch that movie,
Mhm.
Bogoya.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that movie. I had the most weirdest dream I ever had in my life, and I have very vivid, crazy dreams. I had a dream that I ain't gonna go into it, but I was like a chair like this, but it was flying through the earth. But I was going to different people's houses, and I felt myself like, I was like, what is? It was so crazy. I woke up, I looked at the sky, looked at the wall, and I was like, what was that? And I've had crazy dreams. I was like, ooh, that was crazy. I was like, I had to sit there and be
It's
like,
like almost
'cause I could
lucid.
feel
kinda.
myself
Yeah.
just flying. Like it was so real. Like there's a
Whoa.
lot happening in it. But after watching that movie, and I don't know how it's going to make you feel, but that movie tells a story about the way we live and who we are and what they do to us from a point of view where you just like, that seems real. Like, you know, it seems real. And the end of it, what they do when that lady go, you're going to be like, it's crazy. It's like, go watch that movie. Emma
No, I heard it
Stone.
was pretty good.
Yeah, it's one of those movies you're going to be like, that's just great.
Where do I watch it at?
It's on, I think it's on Prime too.
Prime.
How'd you miss that, Rach? You're on
Yeah.
Prime
I
all
know.
the time.
I know.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
just
it's on
focused on
Prime.
Mr.
Hey,
Beast.
so if you got Amazon Prime, if you got that on,
I got
if you have the card for online shopping,
you just
same
scan. You
thing?
just scan. You go to the app or whatever for the TV.
Yeah.
Or the QR
And-
code.
Yeah, just scan the QR
Yeah.
code
Mhm.
and
I
it
always
pops
said,
right
man,
up.
I don't even know why I'm gonna say this again, but I always said, living out here in Vegas, like I would come across people. We'll just call them not your type of dancers. We'll call them exotic dancers.
Okay.
They don't have $1 in their bank account, but they got fucking Amazon Prime. They got fucking Netflix. I'm like, how did you get it? I don't even have that shit.
Right.
But you got everything, but you ain't got no money.
$1 in your pocket.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways.
And their car is always broke down.
But they got
their phone is always about to die. They always need money for their phone bill.
But I'm like, they got every app.
Yeah, like that's
all right. Well, before we get out of here, man, we appreciate it, Shane. You coming
of
through,
course.
man. You're a historian. You're right. Everybody lies in Las Vegas.
Yeah, people.
Hey, we didn't lie. We didn't lie today.
Yeah.
We spoke some real shit.
There's some good people out here. You know what I mean? But a lot of people who are in a position. I'm going to say in a position to do something, but they seem like they're in a position to do something. They just fill your head with so many things, and then they'll just disappear on you. You'd be like, "That's crazy." We had all these meetings. I drove down here 3 times, and I can't get in touch with you now. Like, so it's just like, you know.
Hey, welcome to Las Vegas.
Yeah,
It's a lot of talk.
That's why I don't have meetings about meetings.
Type shit. Are we
you
either
get one
doing
shot.
business or what?
You get one shot to have a meeting with me.
Yeah.
After that, send me an email.
Exactly.
I don't do meetings about meetings.
Yeah, I totally get you on that, man. Like, if I can do it on a text, if I can do it on a phone, let's do
Zoom.
that. Or Zoom. Let's do it. I'm not trying to drive all the way to
we get one meeting.
Yeah.
Where can people find you at, Shane?
I'm only on Instagram. I am Shane Sparks. I'm on Facebook too, but I'm never on Facebook. But that's really it. You know, TikTok. You know,
TikTok.
I just.
How come you don't pop up as one of them little TikTok dancers?
I'm not a TikTok dancer.
It's Shane Sparks, bro.
I know.
And I said I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says I've never seen a TikTok dancer sweat.
Hey, that'll be hard.
How about you, Miss Little Rach?
You can find me on the interwebs at Lil Rach, LALRAYCH.
All right, Mr. Full-time CEO.
Mr. That's right. Put some respect on that. You can catch me across all social media platforms, MRWILLROUNDTREE.
And you can.
What about you, True?
You can just find me just on Green Room Radio, everything. And last question. If you do start this gas card, do we get one?
100%.
Okay.
Say less. Plug us in.
And I want to say this too. True, the spot is amazing. If y'all listening have never been here, the spot is ridiculous. The stuff that he has in here. I'm looking at, can I say that about that sword, that knife, that machete?
Yep.
He has a machete in here that comes from...
Oh yeah, Ari Lehman. Mr. Ari Lehman, the original Jason from Friday the 13th.
He has the blade with it autographed.
Shout out to him for giving me that.
The fingers of
Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. Come on, man. Yeah. All right, we out.
Legendary. Jenna Jameson picture.
Jenna Jameson picture.
All right. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out, y'all.
Green Room Radio.